Your morning blitz begins now.
Let's go on a Wednesday. Be prepared for some snowy mix throughout the day, off and on. A little bit this morning, a little bit tonight, although it's going to be a high of 42, so I'm not sure how much is actually going to stick around. It's going to be kind of rainy. It'll start a little wintry and then turn into rain. And we'll have more of that tomorrow as well. So be prepared. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
Good. Quick question.
Yes.
Did your husband spend the day walking around with his G-string yesterday?
He did not.
Oh, okay. Should have.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yesterday was National Guitar Day.
Oh.
G-string. See what
I gotcha. In that case, yes.
Okay, good. Good.
Every day, baby.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Did you have a good Tuesday?
I had a great Tuesday. I did tell you I was watching that Netflix show, Apple Cider Vinegar, based on a true story of the influencer who faked a cancer diagnosis and was telling everybody how to cure their cancer naturally. It stressed me out so bad that I'm like, I can't watch anymore. This is episode 2. There's 7 episodes. I'm not going back.
What was it that it stressed you out?
Because people in their real lives who had a real cancer diagnoses were following the protocol that this faker put out there and are getting sicker and sicker as the days go on. It was making me so stressed. I thought, I can't see this. I can't think of real people going through this in the hopes, in the darkest of their days, and hoping that this liar had an answer for them. I couldn't do it.
I get
out.
it.
I'm out. I can't watch anymore.
I had a new level of stress, and I'll say this because he's not awake yet. Because I don't want to be that guy. Because it was end of last week where I shared the story that the person who was nice enough to take me in, a coworker, has taken me in while I'm waiting for the family to come down, and the hot water disappeared from the shower. So it was like literally 60-second showers before the hot water ran out.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad, like, complaining about it. But yesterday, I wanted to watch. I saw a article for that Paradise show on Hulu.
Okay.
Getting rave reviews.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, all right, I got nothing going on. I'm going to check it out. 4 minutes and 32 seconds into watching it on my laptop, like it just froze, like the Wi-Fi. It froze.
So no hot water, no Wi-Fi.
And so I reset Hulu like 5 times, and it wouldn't work. Facebook would work. Like my phone, I could watch TikTok videos for some reason.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Was there a pamphlet for an extended stay somewhere near your bedroom?
I know. I'm telling you. If it wasn't for... Those extended stays are more than getting, like, your own apartment.
Are they that expensive?
Oh, they're so expensive.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You got to be careful, too. Some of those are ratty.
Oh, yeah.
Ratty.
For sure.
Well, you can't walk on the carpet barefoot in those places.
Right. I mean, if they're rentable by the hour, I might take them up on it, but they're not. They're expensive. They're like for the week. Speaking of that, coming up, we've got your chance to win tickets for Queens of the Stone Age. We're going to play Lot Lizard Trivia coming up about 8 o'clock this morning. I'm very excited for this new game.
Lizard Trivia?
Lot Lizard Trivia.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. We also have your chance to win the tickets to Incarceration, which is coming sometime in the 7 o'clock hour. Hopefully you were listening to Ronnie at 420 for that song of the day. Right now, your first chance to win. Let's get to your Blitz Morning Trivia. What you got, Vic?
All right, so a new report came out that analyzed actual data from insurance companies and accident reports to come up with a definitive list of the best and worst drivers based on vehicle brand. All right,
okay.
So the question is, the worst drivers across this country, the worst of them, drive what brand of vehicle?
Okay.
All right, so $25 up for grabs to waterbeds and stuff. If you're the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700, the worst drivers in America drive what brand of vehicle?
99.7 The Blitz. It's Blitz Mornings. Goose, Kelly, Thick, Rick, your Blitz Morning Trivia. What you got, Thick?
As I said, there was a new report analyzing actual data from insurance companies and accident reports to come up with a list of the best and worst drivers by vehicle brand. The question, who are the worst drivers, or what vehicle brand are the worst drivers driving?
And we didn't get one correct answer.
No, not one. And that's unusual. Happens once in a while. But I would have never guessed it. It's Tesla. Tesla has 37 accidents per 1,000 drivers in 2024. And
I can kind of see that.
That is the highest. Maybe if they're letting it drive them or something. I don't know. Not all Teslas are self-driving.
I think they are. They all have the
them?
self-driving feature. Yeah.
All of them, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I just think they're kind of pompous. The people driving them.
Yeah. Yeah, that I can see.
Yeah, except a Cybertruck.
Oh.
That's not pompous. That's just like you're driving around
That's
in a
the
big
worst
dumpster.
vehicle ever made. I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
It is
Oh,
so
my God.
embarrassing. Is it? No, I'm
Are
sorry.
you talking about the look of it or
Yeah.
just
The look
the
of it.
quality?
Both.
It
I don't know anything about it.
Why does it feel weird, though? Because, I guess it is cool. It's kind of a new type situation. But I tell you, if I see one video making fun of Cybertrucks on TikTok, I've seen 1 million.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing is they are just ugly. If you're going to create the world's most advanced truck,
Don't
then
make it ugly.
Create a better looking truck.
Yeah.
The thing is just
It's like
not
futuristic,
attractive.
but we're not ready for it yet. That's what I feel like. It looks future, but yeah, we're not ready to embrace that.
It looks like if the future was made out of Lego blocks.
Yes.
Like it's futuristic, but it's too square. Yeah,
It looks like it should be a vehicle in the game Minecraft.
Yes, yeah, 100%. It's bad.
Ram was second, and I haven't had an accident in my truck, but whatever. And Subaru was third. The best drivers in the country drive a Mercury.
How about that?
And that's the second year in a row that
Mercury, Pontiac, and Cadillac are the best drivers, which actually makes kind of sense because if you drive a Mercury or a Pontiac, you don't want to get in an accident because you can't replace it. Those cars don't exist anymore. They don't make them anymore. So, of course, you don't want to ruin your car.
Right.
I mean, how long has it been? I know the Pontiac's been, 5 years or so since they've made a Pontiac?
and there's no Pontiacs?
No. They stopped making Pontiacs.
When's the last time you got in an
Wait a
accident?
minute. No Firebird?
No.
No more Bumblebee?
No.
What?
No. Last time I got in an accident,
Yeah.
I'd say rear-ended, but I mean, I was leaving a mall in Detroit, and I was at a stop sign in the mall parking lot, turning onto the main road, and this woman bumped me, and my bumper just went, but I could just push it back in. So it's been a while since I've been in no.
Wow.
No, there was no mark on my actual bumper. It just popped the side off. So I just popped it back into place.
Oh, I bet she was so thankful.
I'm sure she was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while since I've been in an accident. Have you been in one recently?
I mean, yeah. Here and there, Goose. Here and there, I get in an accident. Although it wasn't my fault. The last two were not my fault.
The last two.
Yes.
Okay.
I had one about, when was it that somebody, a semi shed a tire.
Yeah.
And it flew back and then it hit my front right panel, went under my car. It ripped it up. I mean, it did thousands of dollars in damage.
I always keep an eye on the tires if I'm on the highway and driving past a semi-truck. Yeah. I always keep an eye on the tires. That does scare the mess out of me.
It was scary. And then the time before that, somebody on some road crew left a construction barrel in the middle of a tunnel, a dark tunnel that I go through every morning to get onto 270 from 161. Sometimes it's lit, sometimes it's not. But there was a construction barrel right in the middle of a blind curve, and I hit that bad boy.
You came in shook up that morning.
It freaked me out.
Yeah, but those are nothing though.
No, it did a lot of damage.
Did it really?
Oh yes, my car was in the shop for its full month.
Maybe it was the truck itself. But our senior year of high school, a good buddy of mine had a Ford F-150, but it was 3 on the tree. It was a 70s Ford F-150, pure steel, it was a tank. And we used to drive through the construction zones and just kind of blast those big orange barrels. It would just be like, brink! Brink, and we would be in tears laughing because they go flying. I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations was over on that one. That was back in 1995. That was a long
you're
time
good.
ago, so.
I was corrected. Bumblebee was a Camaro. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Sure,
and they haven't made Pontiac since 2008.
Okay, well, it's funny. We got one that said 2008, one said 2012, one said 2010. Well, y'all need to get your story straight.
It's been a while.
About the same time. It's been a while. I think we can.
Regarding Kelly, though, dude, she came in here one morning. This was years ago.
What did I do?
There was fur and stuff from the deer in her grill.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that wasn't
man.
my fault either.
No,
all right, that none of them are my fault. I think we see that, right? There's a trend of me getting in accidents.
Well,
that aren't my
you
fault.
can't control the tire flying or the barrel in the middle of the road or a deer that runs out in the road.
That's right, Dick. That's right.
You're not at fault for any of those.
You're right about that. So why does my insurance keep going up?
Well, my shooting star, the more you know, today is I will not be in Kelly's passenger seat ever because that is just bad luck.
Yes.
Not that I blame you. I'm just saying it's bad luck. And apparently a lot of this stuff is happening on the passenger side of your car, so I'm just not going to deal with that whatsoever. Hey, real quick, if you are one who enjoys betting, they have released the odds for next year's Super Bowl already. And the Eagles are the odds-on favorite to repeat, according to
Are the Chiefs
BetMGM.
getting back in? I mean, we're done with them, right? I mean,
Well,
we're not going to. No ref is going to make sure they get into the Super Bowl this year. Anything like that.
Here's the list. The odds are the Eagles repeating at plus 650, which is about a 13.3% probability. After that, you've got the Ravens coming in at number 2 as the pick to win the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs and Buffalo Bills tied for number 3. And then the Detroit Lions coming in at number 5.
Yeah.
So, if you want to put some money down on that early bet, I mean, this is the time to do it because you got the best odds for the lowest amount of money in terms of what you're going to win.
Dude, please, your Lions have to keep the Eagles out next year. I can't, because my Cowboys certainly can't do it. And I hate, like I said, I hate them, but they have a great team and they got a lot of young, great players.
And that's again, that's the thing about the Lions.
Yeah,
I mean, we're good for a good 3 or 4 years. Yeah. We've got our core players, and I think that offensive line is going to get better. The best offensive line in the country. Yeah. I think it's just going to get better. You just can't have, and I've had the conversation a lot of times ever since the game against the Commanders. You play that game 100 times, the Lions are winning at 99. Yeah. It was just that freak accident, any given Sunday sort of thing. But there you go. If you want to put some money down, Eagles, best chance to repeat as Super Bowl favorites.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
So, I'm not much on New Year's resolutions. However, Nora and I have decided for 2025, the one thing we do have to do is cut back on the Uber Eats and the food ordering.
Okay. All right.
Where we have been known to get a bit lazy sometimes. Sometimes, when the boys are gone, if it's Dad's weekend, we'll do what we call mattress weekends, and we'll take the spare bedroom mattress, drag it into the living room in front of the couch, and not move the entire weekend. We'll binge TV shows. We'll sleep there,
order food,
and we order way too much Uber Eats every meal.
And you cook a lot, right?
Oh, all I do is cook.
Right.
But sometimes when you're lazy, you're just lazy.
Sometimes you're like, I just don't want to cook today.
Yep.
I get it.
My main question is, what do you do about your neck? Are you propped up with pillows? How are we sort of reclined but not flat down with a mattress?
Because you've got the extra pillows that you put against the couch. So you've got the couch as the backrest.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So you can either lay flat, you can scooch up a little bit, watch TV, eat a little bit without dribbling. I love it.
It's like the adjustable mattress without the adjustable mattress.
Okay.
The couch is the headboard.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah. That's exactly it. I bring this up because I don't know how it would feel if this happened to me. If I were to order some food from Uber Eats and open it up and there's a note inside from the restaurant, I'd be a little leery. However, kudos to this restaurant because this person ordered a meal, and when they opened it up, sure enough, there was a handwritten note inside, and it said, "Hi, your Uber Eats driver ate lunch in our store when your order was already ready to go. I remade it fresh. Make sure you give him a 1 star."
Wow.
So the guy showed up at the restaurant. He goes, "I'll get to that delivery in a moment." And he sat down and had his own lunch. So, again, kudos to the store for remaking the food, making sure it's hot and fresh. I absolutely would be giving that delivery driver a 1 star. and then going to like Google reviews and giving that restaurant a 5-star review.
Because the guy probably would have given the restaurant 1 star for cold food.
Right.
Even though it was the driver's
Absolutely.
fault, you know.
100%. Good on him. Story number 2 for your not so breaking news comes out of Toronto. Did you ever call any sort of psychic hotline before or go to a psychic before?
Never.
Never?
No.
I was 19. I lived in my parents' basement because it was a nice big size basement. It was like my first apartment.
Yeah.
And I got my own phone line. I called Miss Cleo a couple times.
Oh, call me now.
$249 later.
No.
Oh, yeah. That was an expensive bill. I should have asked for a refund like this lady did. A lady in Toronto started going to a psychic in 2013 after separating from her husband. She still believed in love and wanted some assistance. And she thought the psychic might be able to give her some assistance in falling in love, where maybe she would meet someone, what kind of person she should meet. And she spent quite a bit of time and money going to this psychic over years. In fact, over $50,000 spent on this psychic. And now the woman is suing the psychic for a refund because she's not in love yet. She hasn't found her magical man yet. So she wants her money back. I can probably tell you how this is going to end up. Yeah. Not so well for the person wanting the refund, but here she is talking about it.
When she did the reading, she found there was a man. I said, yes, there's a man I like at the gym. And she said, well, I can bring this man closer to you for $550. He transferred 12 to 15,000, but she said she preferred cash. So I was dropping off a lot of cash at her house. If everything was going so great, I said to her, why isn't anything happening for me? All I'm doing is paying you money. I said, I'm paying you thousands and thousands of dollars, and I'm not getting nothing.
She didn't complete the work. That's the problem. Everything she wanted, I gave her. She wanted different services, and that's what I gave her.
She didn't complete the work. So what? She didn't go out and about? Like, what didn't she do? What was the work that she was supposed to do? I mean, first of all, this woman's screwed. She's not getting her money back.
I mean, you're shoveling cash at a stranger to tell you your future.
She literally said, I was going to transfer her about $15,000, but she wanted cash, so I went to drop it off at her house. How is that not a sign?
Yeah, I mean, my sympathy is, I can't really drum any up here.
Right, exactly. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for you. After the first, sure, if you want to give a psychic a try, go give it a try. If you want to shell out the first $500 because this psychic is telling you this $500, this $550, I can make this man come closer. And if that doesn't happen on the first time,
right? Yeah,
game over.
Right, cut bait.
I'm
baby.
never going back to you. Just not happening. There you go. That is your not so breaking news. 99.7 The Blitz. All right, let's get to your stories from the dark side. You know, if you're a company and someone says something bad about you, someone has a terrible review, multiple people have terrible reviews, or something goes wrong and maybe you hurt some people, you get your PR team together and you do what you can to save face. You apologize, maybe provide an explanation. You do whatever you can to boost people's confidence in your company or your product again.
We promise to do better in the future.
Right. You think that would be the course of action for any company. Unless, of course, you're an insurance company. Because United Health has just hired a defamation law firm to go after people who make social media posts criticizing the company. They have hired lawyers, defamation lawyers, to now sue people that talk bad about them on the internet.
I could not hate insurance companies more.
What whiny little bitches. I cannot believe. What are you? What?
You're grifting the public. Number one, you are rip-off artists. Number one,
right?
And now we're not allowed to complain about being ripped off, or else we'll get sued into oblivion. Oblivion. Oh,
make it make sense. Maybe people wouldn't talk bad about you if you didn't do things like this. A man in Ogden, Utah, was all ready for his kidney transplant. He unfortunately had bile duct cancer and it was in his kidney area. He's been living with it for a while. He's maxed out on chemotherapy. Basically, more chemotherapy will kill him. Was finally approved for his transplant. And 2 days before his transplant, insurance denied the operation and said no. And they've spent the last God knows how long trying to get an answer, and no, they haven't even, all they received was a denial letter. They haven't even received explanation as to why it was denied. So they have been constantly reaching out to the insurance company to find out why they've been denied.
That makes me want to spit acid. That is disgusting.
I just can't wrap.
How do you
my head
sleep
around.
at night treating people like this?
That's a valid question. Story number 2, Tales from the Dark Side. There is a steakhouse in Illinois, at a local steakhouse, and they had a very unfortunate situation take place. Here's a story from WGN-TV.
Owner of a steakhouse in Waukegan stabbed to death during a gender reveal party Saturday.
Man's girlfriend and 2 of her sons are now in custody. WGN's Dana Rebeck has details.
There is a notice on the front door of this Waukegan restaurant that it must stay closed for the next 7 days after the owner was murdered here on Saturday night. People coming by to pay respects, leaving flowers, balloons, and cards. Friends of Joshua Kirkwood stopping by 4114 Steaks and Seafood, the restaurant the 51-year-old Waukegan man owned. Kirkwood was killed inside his business around 11:30 p.m. Saturday. According to court documents, Kirkwood got into an argument with his girlfriend, who is a manager at the restaurant, during a gender reveal party being held in the basement. 2 of her sons, including this man, 21-year-old Isaiah Gonzalez, allegedly got involved. Witnesses told police her younger 16-year-old son grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed Kirkwood multiple times, both brothers then fleeing the restaurant. Officers say her older son, Isaiah Gonzalez, drove to the hospital where he was treated for a stab wound to the hand. His mother was also stabbed in the leg. Those who knew the victim say he leaves behind a 5-year-old daughter, describing him as a giving and caring family man who loved his job, helping feed hundreds of people through a community church during COVID. Isaiah Gonzalez appeared in court this morning, and a judge ordered he be held at the Lake County Jail on 3 counts of murder. His 16-year-old brother and mother are named as co-defendants in this case, but have not been charged yet.
Man, look, I don't wish harm on anyone. However, you invite me to a gender reveal party, I'm probably going to react the same way, because that is the last thing I want to do. No one Can we stop with the gender reveal parties? No one wants to go to a gender reveal party.
In this story, we didn't even find out if it was going to be a boy or a girl.
That's true, too, yeah.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
I saw the sad news that longtime local meteorologist Jim Ganal has died. He was 76 years old. His family announced the news yesterday that Ganal passed away on February 3rd of natural causes. Of course, he worked for Channel 4 for 37 years. He briefly retired in 2016, said he got really bored. So Channel 6 hired him, and he spent the rest of his career at Channel 6 until he retired for good last year. So very sad to hear the news that Jim Ganal died at the age of 76. They say natural causes.
How terrible. You get a 8-month retirement.
Man.
That's such a heartbreaker.
He was a really cool dude, too. I mean, just beloved in Central Ohio, and that's a sad one.
I mean, obviously, he really loved what he did. He kept doing it till he was 76 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, we talked yesterday about Kanye West's local Super Bowl ad promoting his Shopify site, Yeezy.com, and then after the commercial aired, he took down all the merch and instead was selling only one T-shirt with a big old swastika on the front. It was available for at least a day and a half before Shopify decided it violated their terms.
Really? A day and a half?
Yeah. So now you're met with just an error message. If you check it out, Shopify says the site violated its rules, so they removed it.
Hey, real quick shout out to my 16-year-old stepson, Brendan, because I had texted Nora after this broke and after he said the things he did, and it was like, look, no more Kanye in the house. The 16-year-old had like little album covers on his wall. Those are coming down, not dealing with it.
Yeah.
We were prepared to have the talk. Well, Nora told him what he did, took everything down on his own.
All right.
Just did it. He was like, yeah, I'm not dealing
Can't
with
support that.
Yep. So
Are you raising a good young man?
Shout out to Brendan.
That's awesome.
Good man.
Good to hear that. Wow. Well, when you're young, getting your hands on a fake ID is a rite of passage. How old were you when you had your first fake ID?
You know, I never had a fake ID.
I was 16.
But I started working in nightclubs as a DJ when I was like 18, so I had no problem like getting in. The local nightclubs and stuff I knew. I DJ'd at a bunch of them, and so I knew
and they
people.
slide you a beer or two if you wanted it.
Wasn't a big deal.
What about you, Thick?
17.
17, yeah. So we do it young over here in Ohio, down here in Ohio. But anyway, I am sorry to tell you that a decent-sized pipeline for those fake IDs is out of business. 26-year-old James Watt of Indianapolis is admitted to producing more than 30,000 phony driver's licenses and other forms of ID, the majority of which were purchased through a website with the tagline, "Your number one trusted source for fake IDs." And there was a big old picture of Chris Hemsworth on it, which I am quite sure he did not approve. So Thor, I guess, was given the thumbs up to these fake IDs, the quality. I guess you'd upload a picture of yourself to the site and then just give them the address where you wanted it mailed. You'd pay the fee in crypto, and then voila, it would come to your door. Most of the fake IDs were purchased by college students, but an investigation did show an older guy bought one after he lost his license for driving drunk. Altogether, Watt was said to have collected 8 Bitcoin, roughly equal to $1.3 million.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of money.
Quite a bit of money.
Yeah. I was surprised. I don't know that I knew you had a fake ID at 16.
It's 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd you do with it?
Went to the bars on campus.
Really?
Yeah, me and my group of my friends.
Huh. That's where we all went to OSU camp. Mother Fletcher's, the travel agency.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they had a great dance floor lit up at
Mr. Mustard's.
Yeah, at Papa Joe's.
Yeah.
And we loved it. We went down there to dance all the time.
Here's the other thing too, though. Growing up in Detroit, my drive was about 12 minutes from Windsor, which is 19. So
Right.
I mean, we would just drive in the tunnel or over the bridge, and
there you are.
Go there for our weekend.
Yeah.
We had no problem getting drinks over there.
What kind of drinks did you like as a teen?
Oh, I did amaretto sours.
Okay, the daiquiri is always a big one. It's kind of your introduction into drinking, I feel like.
Yeah, I was
pina colada.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. The hurricane. You get over in Windsor.
The Long Island iced tea.
That was
mine.
That was mine.
See, here's the thing. I only had Long Island one time on my 21st birthday.
How sick did you get?
I had like 8 of them.
Oh, well, that's a mistake.
And I've never touched a Long Island since.
No, you can't even sniff
Never,
one.
ever. Not at all.
Those are your 3 things.
99.7 The Blitz. It's Blitz Mornings. Goose Kelly and Thick Rick. Our incarceration song of the day, I Hate Everything About You, 3 Days of Grace. We've got Mike on the phone. Mike, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Mike, congratulations. You're calling number 9. You've got your tickets for the Incarceration Music and Tattoo Festival. We're talking Falling in Reverse, Slipknot, Five Finger Death Punch, Marilyn Manson, all at the Ohio State Reformatory, Friday, July 18th through the 20th. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Who are you going to take with you?
Not sure yet.
You said you're Mike Donahue?
Yeah.
Any relation to the TV host, Phil Donahue?
Not that I recall, but so.
Okay. Did you ever watch the Donahue Show? Do you remember the Donahue Show?
Heck yeah, I remember the Donahue
Show.
Yes.
That was the only talk show I've been in the audience for.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, 15 or 16
I was going to say, you
at the
had
time.
to be a kid.
Oh, yeah. And I remember they shoot two stories at once, 2 episodes at once, and the second episode, I don't remember like the whole theme. It might have been Psycho Relatives or something, but there was a kid, like a 9-year-old kid, who was running around the house with a pillowcase filled with like scissors and knives, chasing his sister. He was like swinging the pillowcase at his sister. Like, oh my God, what? Anyways, Mike, congratulations, and have fun at incarceration, okay?
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you later. I want to share this story real quick. I do all the cooking in our household. I love to cook. I've been cooking forever. I went to like a culinary school, a little bit of culinary school. I've cooked in restaurants, all that kind of stuff. I love cooking, all forms of it. Barbecue, and I got a Blackstone, a smoker, a grill, all of it. But ever since I've been gone, obviously moving down here so we can start the show, Nora and the boys are still up in Detroit, and Nora's been doing the cooking. In fact, when I left, the number one question I got from both boys was, what are we going to eat? So, Nora's been doing the cooking. So she went to the store to get what she needed. She did one of those online, pickup orders, like the Target order, and you show up in spot number 2 and they come bring your bags. However, as she's online, they didn't have everything she wanted. She wanted orzo, but they didn't have it. So she went with like this protein pasta. It's made from like chickpeas and stuff.
Okay.
And then she got the spinach she wanted, and she had this turkey sausage type thing, and she was making like this bowl. What she didn't account for was between the protein pasta, the spinach, and the chicken sausage or turkey sausage, there was an abundance of fiber in this dinner. Both boys the other night, where all you heard was the bathroom door constantly. And Nora was like, are you okay? And both boys were like, no, we are not okay. It was all bad in the household. And got a text saying, Mom is trying to poison us. Like, what is going on? And I'm trying to think, have you ever like mistakenly, did you give the wrong food? Was something a bit stale or old? Or even give like the wrong medicine at some point to your children? Were you messed up?
Or your wife?
Did you do that?
It wasn't my fault.
Wasn't your fault?
It was a bad shrimp.
Oh. Were you making it or did you order it?
No, I made the meal and just wanted the shrimp. It happens. I mean, sometimes you get a bad shrimp. And, man, she was in the bathroom for a long time that night. Did not eat shrimp it had to be at least 2 years. She did not eat another shrimp.
I bet. I've said this before. I've never had like actual food poisoning before. But I can imagine whatever it is,
horrible.
And whatever it is you eat, you know what it is.
You do. You feel it while you're sick. You know exactly what the food was.
Yep.
And then you avoid that food.
Yep.
Forever.
Yep.
Man, I hope
it is the worst. Yeah. Food poisoning it's the only reason I've ever called in sick to work.
Oh, it's the food poisoning?
Yes.
I can't even.
It's horrid.
I can't even fathom. So, good luck, boys. I hope everything is better. All right, this is our attempt at being cool and trendy, okay? Because I saw this on TikTok and I thought it could be fun. This is one of the trends that's been happening. It is the blind top 5. Okay, this is how it works. You need a pen and paper. Kelly, I see you think you got a pen and paper?
Yep.
Okay, so this is how it's going to work. Number it 1 through 5.
All right.
All right? And we're going to start easy for this first round of the blind top 5. I'm a huge fan of fast food. I always have been. Do you like fast food, Kelly?
Sure.
Thick, you're a fast food fan? Yeah, okay. So I've listed 5 fast food places. I'm going to read them off in order. And what you have to do is write them where you would place them on your top 5. However, I'm only giving you one at a time.
Yeah, you don't know what's coming next.
You don't know what's coming next.
Okay, got it.
So you may fill in the number 2 spot, and then I give you one, and you're like, oh, darn. I already filled in the number 2 spot. And we're going to see how we compare on our fast food choices, okay? So here we go for the blind top 5. Number 1 on the list, Taco Bell. Out of your top 5, where would you place Taco Bell? Don't say anything. Just write it down in one of your slots.
This is hard.
Okay.
1 through 5. All right. Your next fast food place is Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in your top 5. You can't change it. Once you write one down and once that spot is taken, you can't scratch it off.
Okay.
Your third one, McDonald's. Your blind top 5 for fast food. Okay. Number 4 in the group, where would you place Subway in your top 5? And then the 5th one is Burger King.
Oh, my God.
Where are you putting Burger King?
This did not turn out for me.
Well, I mean,
It's difficult when you don't know
really
what's coming
all
next.
cheap fast food.
That's what fast food is. What are you talking
Well,
about?
I know, but I mean, obviously, there's some that's better than others.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, a lot better than some of the others.
Like what? What do you consider like a high-end top
Oh,
fast food?
Five Guys. I love Five Guys.
Okay.
They make great burgers.
If you're spending $75 for a family of four, that's not fast food.
Well,
Like,
it is. I mean, you know.
You, all right.
You walk up, we order it, just make it fast.
Kelly,
get out of there.
what was your order? Top five, or actually, let me go this way. We're gonna do this differently. Number 5 on the list: McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, Subway, Burger King. Kelly, what was your number 5?
I mean, I put this was really mismatched for me, but McDonald's is number 5. That
McDonald's is at the bottom.
well,
Okay.
that was kind of an accident, but yeah, that's where it wound up.
Where would you put McDonald's out of these 5?
I think I would put it at number 3. Knowing the list now, I would put it at number 3.
Okay, Thick. What was your number 5?
Subway.
Subway.
And it's perfect right where it is.
Okay, see, mine's Burger King.
And you like that?
did. Oh, absolutely. That's the right choice for me.
You don't like Burger King?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Burger King to me would have been my last one too, and then Subway. Number
Flame
4.
broiling.
Okay.
It's frying.
What was 4 on your list?
Number 4 was Subway.
Number 4 was
Yeah.
Subway. Okay, what about you?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell number? Oh, really? Okay. See, I had Chick-fil-A at number 4, and the only reason I put them at number 4, I probably would have put them a little higher, but it's like you only get one thing at Chick-fil-A. You don't have any options.
Right.
You're going to get chicken. And that's it.
Yeah. It's like Cane's, same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. What's number 3 on your list, Kelly?
Chick-fil-A.
Be about that.
No, I would have had that at number 1.
You would have had Chick-fil-A at number 1. Okay.
Chick-fil-A at number 1.
Okay.
Yep.
Same. I had it at 3.
You had it at 3?
Yeah.
I was really expecting you to come out with a Wendy's, and I was saving my number 1 spot for Wendy's.
Well, yeah,
I
that's-
love Wendy's,
that
and
was
you
it.
never said Wendy's.
I did not say Wendy's. My number 3 was Taco Bell. I enjoyed Taco Bell.
Do you like it there?
I do. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. You give me a Mexican pizza and a couple tacos, I'm good to
No,
go.
I'm good. I had Taco Bell at number 2. I'm satisfied with that number 2 ranking.
Oh, number 2 was Taco
Yeah,
Bell. Okay.
yeah.
And what was your number 2, Thick?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay. I had Subway at number 2 because, see, here's the thing. I love a Chips and Sammy, but Subway wouldn't be my first choice.
Right.
But at least it's a Chips and Sammy. And then what was your number 1?
Burger King, out of just because it was the last. I was holding that spot for Wendy's, and then you hit me with a Burger King.
So you got stuck with the Burger King.
I got totally boned with this entire list.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be something better than what you had already said.
Uh-huh.
So I have Burger King at number 1.
Do you really?
Yes.
Okay.
You and I had the same strategy, and it did not work
Well,
for us.
okay, so Taco Bell was the first one, then Chicken, then McDonald's, and I went 4, 3, 2. Then you hit Subway, and I went, no, that's definitely not number 1, so
there.
that's got to go to 5. And then the last thing you said, well, I had, just like Kelly, had number 1 open, but I like Burger King.
Okay, see, I love McDonald's. So I had McDonald's
That's
at
your
number
number
1.
one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, I
okay.
love me. So, like most fast food, McDonald's can be like hit or miss. Like if you get it fresh, it's just
It's gotta
if
be
it's
fresh.
it's unbeatable.
Gotta be
It's
fresh.
unbeatable.
Yeah, we were
But
talking about the
then-
breakfast sandwiches yesterday.
Yes.
If they're old, they're terrible.
Right.
If you get it, hot, it's great.
No, totally get it. All right. Well, we'll switch it up next week. We'll do a
Okay.
different category for the blind top 5 next week. It's 99.7 The Blitz. All right. Easy question. 800-821-9970. Give us a call. You can shoot us a text as well, 99.700. What does your significant other love that you can't stand? And I'm all about, we should have our own lives, have your own hobbies. That's fine. But do they try and get you to do something, or do they ask you to do something, or watch something, or listen to something, and you're like, nope, not for me? Because that's exactly what happened to me. It was probably about 2 weeks ago or so. Obviously, I think guys in general watch and love movies more than women, for the most part. Especially the types of movies we like. We're known for quoting movie lines all the time. It's just part of our vernacular, quoting movie lines. But Nora came to me and said, "Oh, we had nothing going on." She was, "Oh, The Curious Case of Benjamin Buttons. You gotta sit down and watch it with me." So, being the good, supportive fiance that I am, I did, and it took about 15 minutes before I gave her the first stare down, and then it was about every 5 minutes after that. I was like, "What? What are we
Like,
doing?
are
What
you
is
pranking
this?
me here?
Yeah,
or-
what is this? What? I was like, this is nothing but the Notebook with an old cripply baby. Like she doesn't remember, or he doesn't remember, and it's a Quentin Tarantino style where they go backwards and jump around. I'm like, what is this? No, no. I was so mad at her for like the rest of the day. I can't believe I will never get that 2 hours and 20 minutes back in my life ever. So mad. Kelly, is there something that your significant other loves that you hate, or something that you love that he can't stand?
Camping. I hate camping. He loves camping. He does camp with his brothers. Like he's one of 6 boys. They all love camping, and they will get together to camp. And I have absolutely not in the mix. I will not and do not camp. I don't enjoy it. Do
they go camping or they go glamping?
They go camping.
Okay.
No, they like a tent.
Ooh,
like they are
nope.
tent campers.
Not happening.
We live on about 1.5 acres in Licking County, and my husband has 4 different sites for fires. He loves a campfire. And
okay.
I think they're beautiful. But he and his brother on Christmas morning, this was 3 Christmases ago, when it was 0 degrees, we had just had an ice storm. He and his brother went out there Christmas morning, started a giant campfire, put up like a windbreak, a tarp for a windbreak, and ate breakfast out there.
Yeah.
Like absolute pass. Hard pass on that.
No, I'm not
Never
sitting out
doing
in the
that.
cold. No way.
Well, that's what the campfire's for.
It ain't keeping you that warm.
It isn't. And it was windy. It was 0 degrees. It was wild. That I can't do. But he loves it, and God bless. I love that he has a place to do it right in our backyard. It's
okay.
Great.
Thick?
So my wife Heather and Kelly are very much alike when it comes to a lot of things. Heather is not a camper. But my wife loves to read novels.
Okay.
And I do not. I'm a nonfiction. I like to read some nonfiction.
Oh, yeah, no, not for me. Put it on the screen. I don't read books.
Well,
no.
And then the other thing, like Kelly, my wife likes well done. If she's going to eat meat, it needs to be well done.
Kelly.
Yeah,
You eat well done meat?
Oh gosh, I won't eat it if it's anything below well done.
So yeah,
I was just starting to like you too.
I hate well done meat. I can't. It's like it's all tough. And
Yeah, there's
it's
no
like,
way.
So it's like, what's the point of eating it? And Kelly agreed with that, and so does my wife. So she just basically does not eat red meat because it's pointless.
I want my chicken to be like jerky.
Yeah,
That's how dry I want it.
Oh, come on.
I don't want any juices because it makes me think about gnawing on a live chicken. So I need it to be like jerky.
Case at all.
Yeah.
it's funny though what you said about television. That's different. My wife seems. I like pretty much everything she likes. We like a lot of the same shows. Only she doesn't like everything I like. I get made fun of all the time for my love of the Transformers. She thinks they're so stupid.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And Karate Kid, Cobra Kai.
All that stuff?
Yeah, she makes fun of all that.
800-821-9970. We'd love to hear from you. What is it that you love that your significant other hates, or vice versa? Or you can choose to text 99700. Rolling in. Let's see. Rich says, wife loves Nightmare Before Christmas. Hate the movie, can't stand it. Ashley, my husband absolutely is obsessed with spoons, and I hate them. Spoons? Ashley?
Obsessed with spoons?
You hate spoons, as in the utensil?
Or plain
the,
spoons?
Or the game? You're the
Or
card game.
The card
spoons.
game spoons. I love that game.
That's a good game.
That is a fun game.
I've never even
we
heard
have
of that.
drawn blood.
Oh,
have you? Like,
See,
you draw blood when
yes,
you're
but
reaching.
even we play extreme spoons. We'll play at a picnic table outside,
Yeah.
and we all take spoons and throw them over our shoulders. So you have to go chase after the spoons.
What is this? Spoons.
Spoons?
Oh, it's a blast.
I'll explain it off the air.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. We should
All
play
right.
them. Let's see. Tony says, I love amusement rides. My fiance hates them. Went to the state fair, got wristbands, and I rode solo for most of it. Okay. Heather says, I love Post Malone, and my husband hates him.
Tara, I follow Tara on TikTok. She has jumping spiders, and she says,
Excuse me?
Yes. They're really wild, too. You should check out her TikTok. But she says her husband is really sick of me showing off another jumping spider I brought home.
That relationship would not last.
Yeah,
I would be
it's
out.
scary.
There's no way I'm having jumping spiders in the house.
Never. I'll watch it on TikTok, though. It's pretty neat.
Not happening.
Johnny says the show Selling Sunset and other reality drama crap like it. Wife loves them. I can't stand them. And unfortunately, I'm lucky my wife doesn't like
I don't
that
do any
crap.
reality
Yeah,
TV.
my wife doesn't like it.
Nora loves, what's that MTV show, Catfish?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
it's
like,
so
why
good.
are you watching
Neve
this?
Schulman. Oh, I'm with Nora. She and I can watch TV together.
Now, we like America's Got Talent.
No, I don't want to watch
we
any
watch
reality show. 99.7 The Blitz. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Dawn.
Hey, Don, what do you love that your significant other hates?
Well, actually, it's the other way around.
Okay.
She loves it, and I hate it. She listens to Morgan Wallen and Zach Bryan, and I cannot stand those two.
She's a country music fan?
Yes, and I cannot stand them.
I've spent about 4 years of my 25-year radio career doing country radio, and it's kind of few and far between. I'm not a country fan, and any country I like is very modern. I don't like any of the old 90s.
You didn't like
country.
Bubba shot the jukebox last night, said I played a sad song that made him cry.
That would be
Who
nuts.
was that? Bubba shot the
don't
jukebox.
ask me. I have no
Is
clue.
that Mark
Kershaw?
No, Mark Chestnut.
Mark Chestnut.
That's the stuff I'm into.
Oh, really? You like the old stuff? Okay.
I just like the backwoods.
Garth Brooks.
No.
You don't like Garth?
I like Garth because I've met him a couple times, and he's a super great guy. Hey, thanks for the call, man. Have a great one. All right, 1-800-821-9970. You can shoot the text 99700.
Remember Diamond Rio? I loved Diamond Rio.
Me
90s.
in the middle.
90s country's the best.
No, it's not. If you're a male singer and your jeans are so tight I can see your bulge, I am not into your music at all. All right, simple question this morning. What do you hate that your significant other loves, or vice versa? 800-821-9970. Shoot us a text at 99700. Courtney, I love this one. My husband loves the weird shows like Skinwalker Ranch and Homesteader Rescue. Sir, you're an electrician. We do not own livestock, nor do we grow our own food. We do not live near a mountain and don't have to learn how to use mountain water runoff.
Along those same lines, Tom said, I hate the fact that my wife loves mayonnaise on a cheeseburger, and I yell at her all the time, we are not Canadian.
Hey, that's all. Tomato, mayo, lettuce.
Yeah.
Bacon. That's the perfect burger right there.
Okay, all right.
I don't need any condiments. I don't want your ketchup. I don't want your mustard.
All right.
Mayonnaise.
You can hold the mayonnaise.
I'm all about it.
And I like mayonnaise, just not on the burger. Robert says, my wife absolutely hates that my favorite TV shows are old westerns, like Have Gun Will Travel, Maverick, Gunsmoke, all of those shows that are not in color. My daughter, however, thinks it's hilarious and sings along to them. She's 13 and just laughs and says, Dad, what happened to the color on the TV?
Yeah, they don't know anything about the old black and whites. Absolutely. What you got, Kelly?
Elizabeth says, my husband thinks Tool is a snooze fest. He says it puts him to sleep. And they're my absolute favorite. It speaks to my soul. He did admit the concert was pretty neat, though, and I got him to go to a second time, so that was a win.
Okay. Matt says, my girlfriend doesn't enjoy going to concerts or festivals, whereas I love them.
All right.
I'm good on a certain amount, but, and I know this has to do with obviously the industry we're in, I really, really have to love the artist before I give up a weeknight and go to a show and stay up until 11:30 or midnight knowing what time the alarm goes off. I mean, I really can't think of an artist, maybe Linkin Park, but thankfully they're coming to a Saturday show at Sonic Temple.
Yeah, it's like you have to take a vacation day almost.
Almost, yeah. Absolutely.
I have done that.
Yeah, it would have to be a really great artist for me to go.
This is insane. Okay, David said, my ex liked having us go visit open house events for houses we would never be able to afford, and I hated wasting the homeowner's time showing us around when we had no intention of ever buying the house.
That same people go to the home and garden shows. It's fun to look at other people's stuff, I think.
And if it's an open house, that's different. If you're setting up a showing,
right,
then that's wasting someone's time.
Yeah, but an open house, I
go.
agree.
People do that all the time. In fact, when I don't know if they do that here or do this here, but when I was in Colorado Springs, they used to have the parade of homes. And they would do it in the big neighborhoods. So you could go see inside these big homes and see, maybe you like the way their bathroom's set up or whatever.
Right.
It's a big deal to go see these nice homes that you'll never ever afford. Let's see here. Do we have another good one?
I've got one here. Somebody said, they didn't leave their name, said, I love vegetables. I'm obsessed with them. I've cooked most of my life and grow my own. My partner hates them with a passion, and I have to hide vegetables in our dinners for him just as much as my older two boys. Has to hide vegetables. That's how much her partner hates vegetables.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Annie, I think you and my fiance Nora would get along great because the eye rolls I get in some of the movies I make her watch. But Annie says, my husband loves Steven Seagal movies. I hate them all.
Oh, they're fun. They're fun.
They're an absolute blast.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Police documents are revealing more information about the sexual abuse investigation involving a former leader at Faith Life Church in New Albany. In a report filed with the Knox County Sheriff's Office back in December, an alleged victim claims she was assaulted over 100 times before she turned 15 years old. Reports say at least 11 females have claimed they were abused by the son of the church's pastors, Tom Cassee, when he was the chief media officer at Faith Life. One of the accusers is his sister, by the way. The Licking County Sheriff's Office is now handling the investigation, and they are encouraging anyone with information to come forward, even if they have previously spoken with law enforcement. Now, should child rapists be eligible for the death penalty? The U.S. Supreme Court says no, and back in 2008 ruled that the death penalty for child rape is not a proportional punishment for the crime and violates the 8th Amendment ban on cruel and unusual punishment. Well, in the last couple years, some states like Florida and Tennessee have passed bills that would allow child rapists to be sentenced to death in an attempt to get the high court to revisit this issue and perhaps make a new ruling. Yesterday, Alabama joined the ranks, advancing legislation that would allow prosecutors to pursue the death penalty when an adult is convicted of the rape of a child under the age of 12.
No death penalty. Just hang them up by their sack. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Straight up.
If you die, you die.
Yep.
You know, so we don't know what's going to happen.
Nope. We don't know.
Yeah. Agreed. Actress Mandy Moore, who took some real heat during the California wildfires when she asked people to donate to her in-laws' GoFundMe, is now super mad at Amazon because a driver delivered a package to the rubble that used to be her in-laws' home. It's a pretty wild picture that she posted of an Amazon box just sitting there in front of the burned remains of a house. Anyway, she was super mad. She captioned the picture, "Do better, Amazon. Can we not have better discretion than to leave a package at a residence that no longer exists?" I don't know if that's Amazon's fault. It's maybe you don't leave it there.
Driver discretion. You probably shouldn't drop the box off in front of a pile of burning rubble.
But it's not burning still, to be fair.
But...
But also, if I'm the driver and somebody said, drop this off at 12... Highland Hills Boulevard, and there it is, and I'm like, it said they ordered it to this address. Like, what do I do? I'm on the hook for delivering all these packages, man. Maybe it's stupid and maybe I'm the dumb one here, but I feel like I might be like, was this some kind of like something they need to help?
Yeah, it was a smoke detector.
Can't you call a supervisor and say, hey, this is burnt down?
Yeah, what do I do here?
It was a smoke detector and a fire extinguisher.
I feel like maybe, I feel like I'd be like, well, yeah, the minute I decide to just take this back to the warehouse and mark as undeliverable, then I'm going to get in trouble for not delivering it.
You got to find a different way.
Yeah, I agree. Amazon says it reached out to Mandy Moore via Instagram to apologize and ask for more information from her in-laws so they can better investigate why they had that package delivered to that address. And those are your 3 things.
All right, here we go. Up for grabs. Queens of the Stone Age and the Kills at Kemba Live Outdoor. We've got Anna on the phone. Anna, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you on a Wednesday?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Excellent. Thanks for asking. All right, here's the deal, Anna. There's a game that I've played over the years in my radio career called Carney Trivia. And I would go to like the state fairs and the people that run the games that you try and win the stuffed animals. And I would ask them trivia questions. And then I would bring those trivia questions back to the show. And then people would guess whether or not they got the questions right or wrong. Well, in my travels, between here and Detroit when I was applying for the job. I came down for a couple days to, kind of audition with you guys, the move down here, lots of back and forth. I passed a lot of truck stops, and I said, it'd be fun. Instead of Carney trivia, let's do lot lizard trivia. And so I stopped at a Love's just north of Findlay there, south of Toledo. And sure enough, ran into a lot lizard. So this is what I did. I asked her some trivia questions. I recorded her answers. And Anna, your job is to guess whether or not this lot lizard got the question right or wrong. We did 5 questions. You get 3 out of 5. We'll hook you up with the tickets for Queens of the Stone Age, okay?
All
right. So let's meet our lot lizard. Lot lizard, what is your name?
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Sarah from the Loves, just north of Findlay there. Anna, the first question that I asked Sarah was, Springfield is the capital of what state? Springfield is the capital of what state? Do you think that Sarah got that question right or wrong?
I'm going to hope she got it right.
You're going to hope she got it right. All right, well, Let's find out. Did Sarah know the answer to Springfield is the capital of what state?
New York.
She did not know. No, absolutely not. No, Illinois, of course. Illinois is the right answer for that. All right, I asked Sarah, our lot lizard, what video game system is made by Sony? What video game system is made by Sony? Do you think lot lizard Sarah knew the answer to that question?
I'll say she got it wrong.
She got it wrong. All right, Sarah, what's the answer?
Sony makes the PlayStation. I used to have one when I was a kid.
No, she knew what a PlayStation was. She doesn't know state capitals, but she knows her video game systems. All right, let's give it another try. I asked lot lizard Sarah, Tom Cruise stars in which series of movies based on a late 60s TV show that is releasing its final movie this summer?
You're Rust.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Does Sarah know which series of movies that is, Anna?
No. I'm going to say no.
She does not know. All right, what was Sarah's answer?
Oh, I don't really watch movies. I for sure wasn't around in the 60s. I don't know.
All right.
There you go, Anna. Sarah the Lot Lizard did not know Mission Impossible, of course, is that series of movies. Question number 4 for our Lot Lizard was, most states have an annual festival where you go see kings and queens and jousting and eat turkey legs. What is that festival called? Did Sarah the Lot Lizard know the name of that festival?
No.
She did not. All right. What was Sarah's answer?
That's the Renaissance Festival. I used to work at the one in Michigan.
Of course she did. Of course. Right. Now, here's the thing, though. I heard a rumor years ago about Renaissance festivals that all of the characters and stuff, it's just a freak fest after hours at the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, it's kind of like a Trader Joe's when you work there.
Is Trader Joe's a freak festival?
Big time.
Wow.
Yes.
All the employees at Trader Joe's?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes.
I did not know that.
It is. And I guess the Renaissance Festival's the same.
Well, I asked Sarah whether or not that was true, and this is what Sarah had to say.
Oh, they were. Everybody hooked up with everybody in the tents after people left.
Wait, Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, it's out there, man. It's kind of well known. Yeah, that Trader Joe's, they get freaky.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. One more question for Sarah the Lot Lizard. Anna, let's see if you can guess correctly whether or not she got this right. The question for Sarah was, what TV show starred characters named Ross, Joey, Rachel, and Monica? Did Sarah the Lot Lizard know the answer to that question?
She said she doesn't watch much TV, but I will lose all faith in humanity if she gets this wrong.
Okay. What did Lot Lizard Sarah say?
Oh, that's easy. That's Friends.
Yeah, she did know that one.
Okay, real quick side note. I just saw an article I'm going to send to you from Slate not called Trader Joe's, but Trader
Hose.
Oh.
I want to see that article. Anna, you know what? You went 2 for 3. We'll still hook you up with the tickets for Queens of the Stone Age, okay?
Good job, Anna.
Congratulations. You hang on 1 second. We'll get some info from you. And we got another pair of tickets tomorrow for Queens of the Stone Age.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right. This not so breaking news is filled with some sexy talk. I'm sorry. It's the way the stories fell today. But there is a new survey that found out 3 in 5 employees support the new idea. Let's backtrack for a moment, because it was a couple days ago I told you about a business owner, and she has implemented a new 30-minute break. And that 30-minute break is literally for, let's call it stress relief. You can go into this special room, spend some time with yourself, and come back feeling relaxed and rejuvenated, if you will. Well, this is taking it a step further, saying in the very near future, we may see companies offer sex days. We're not talking vacation days. We're not talking sick days. We're talking a day to take off and, oh, yeah.
What are you going to do with the other 23 hours and 40 minutes?
That is a valid question. That is a valid question. But, I know like in China, they have where they actually have population control. And they have certain days where it is literally like a procreation day. But they're saying that, yeah, you won't have to take a sick day. You won't have to take a vacation day. You will actually have a day set aside as part of your perk that you can just get it on. And apparently 1 in 5 Americans would feel comfortable approaching their manager asking for a sexual wellness day.
Yeah, do you have to put that on your timesheet?
Yeah, how does that work out? I don't. What is it that you put down there?
Right.
Home to bone? Like, I don't understand what's happening there. So, good luck if you find a company that wants to offer it. Yeah. As they do every year, Pornhub has released their Super Bowl stats because apparently the pigskin and porking go hand in hand. And no surprise, they found a 734% increase in the search for hot, horny cheerleader. Not really a surprise. They saw a 593% increase in thick cheerleader. Not really a surprise.
Wait, side note, though, is there any cheerleading at the Super Bowl? I'm just now realizing I have no idea.
Oh, I'm sure. The teams bring in. The teams bring in their cheerleaders.
They have cheerleaders.
Yeah.
The professional teams.
They usually perform with the halftime show.
I'm just realizing
I don't
right
know
now.
If they did this year. I mean, but on the intros, they were on the lines, and they're on the sides.
Might cause someone to think about hot cheerleaders.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotcha.
There was a 1,284% increase in the search for hung jock. And then it gets weird. There was a 4,108% increase in American football player. That was the search term.
Okay.
Like, that doesn't seem like something that you would type into the search bar. And then the biggest surprise was there was an 8,032% increase in the search Super Bowl. Who's going to those sites and going to the search bar and typing in Super Bowl? I have a big fear that if I go and type in Super Bowl, I'm going to end up with some sort of bathroom porn that I really do not want to see whatsoever. Who is searching Super Bowl? What pops up? What pops up when you go to...
I feel like, are you using the hub so much that you mistook it for Google at that point?
That's a valid question. Do they keep track of? I'm on my personal laptop here. Do they keep track of the websites we go to?
We can't.
We can safe search all the time on the company website. I don't know. You'd have to
on my laptop.
No, you shouldn't get it on your laptop.
Okay,
I don't think
unless our Wi-Fi does it.
It says it can't connect to server.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Try your phone.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let me try that real quick. I want to know what comes up. I want to know what comes up when you go to...
and usually there's also a huge increase in traffic from the city of the losing team.
Okay, phone, just because I put in P doesn't mean you need to autofill the rest. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah. All right, so let me mute this. I don't know what sounds are going to come out of this phone.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Super Bowl. Let me type this in. Super Bowl. Oh, okay, so it's people watching the Super Bowl. Oh, so it's like
voyeur porn?
Yeah, it's like people watch. No, it's like getting it on while watching the Super Bowl, and then this one looks like it's trying to have a plot revolving around the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Anyways.
But yeah, there's usually a huge increase in traffic from people in the losing city.
Yes.
Like, I'm sure Kansas City had a huge uptick in traffic.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, 'cause they want to get their mind off the game.
That's 100%. There you go. That is your not-so-breaking news. Hey, Kelly, you ever see the movie Looper?
Never.
Bruce Willis and, what's his name? He played Robin in The Dark Knight Rises, the police officer who becomes Robin. The hell
Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, yeah.
I just
So
looked it
basically,
up.
they play the same character. They're just one's from the future and
Okay.
one's from the past.
All right. So a good one?
You could be Amy Lee's Looper from Evanescence.
Oh, how dare you. How dare you, sir. Did somebody tell you to say that?
No, but I know of your love of Amy Lee, so
I do think she's amazing. I just can't bear the register of her voice. It hurts me. I can't. What can I say? It's neither of our faults.
All right, let's get to let's. That was totally on purpose. Let's get to Blitz Therapy, brought to you by Tri-State Men's Health, and very interesting email that we saw here. Listen to this. In the 8 months I've been together with my boyfriend, I've always wondered what's up with his cell service. I've never talked to anyone with so many cell phone issues before. His calls are always dropping, and he tells me how bad his cell service is at his apartment. And I noticed his phone calls dropping pretty much wherever he was. But then the other day, we were out and about, and my boyfriend got a call from his boss. And his boss was grilling him on a project that he didn't finish. And as my boyfriend was talking mid-sentence, he just hung up on his boss and then put his phone in airplane mode. When we got to the restaurant, he sent his boss a text message saying, "Sorry, I've got terrible cell phone service. I'll call you later." And in that moment, it all clicked. My boyfriend doesn't have terrible cell phone service. He's hanging up on me and putting it in airplane mode, and that's what he does when he doesn't want to talk on the phone. And now, I don't know if I should confront him about it or not, because I know I'm right. I know this is what's happening, and I will never be able to trust one of his dropped calls again. From Melissa. Wow. I mean, Kelly, are you going to confront this person? Now, granted, it's a little more difficult. All of us have been in kind of long-term relationships, especially you two. This has only been going on 8 months. Are you going to confront him?
Yeah, I mean, confront sounds strong. I would say, oh, wait a minute. So that's what those dropped calls are? You're putting me in airplane mode? I would make a joke out of it and say, hey, do you just not like talking on the phone? Because that's fine. You don't need to do a whole production.
Right, you don't need to fake it.
Just we can text. That's fine. That's okay. I would just find out because, number one, the guy obviously is not smart enough to concoct a giant ruse. He did it in front of you.
Right.
So, I mean, he's not going to be getting away with anything. But, maybe it's just the fact that he hates talking on the phone. Maybe he hates confrontation. Is he only hanging up on you when you're confronting, when you guys are in an argument or something? I don't know.
8 months in, you shouldn't be in that many arguments.
You're right. It feels like an easy conversation, and then you can go from there. I don't know. I just feel like, whoa.
And now, as someone who has literally, through therapy and other means, learned how to properly handle confrontation, because I was one of those. I didn't like confrontation.
Yeah.
I had been caught in white lies because I just didn't want to take the possibility of having a confrontation before.
Yeah, it's miserable.
Yeah. So, but then being caught is the worst. I mean, it makes everything 10 times worse than if you would have just, handled the problem in the first place. Thick, is this a deal breaker?
I don't know if it's a deal breaker. I need an explanation, and I'm not going to give him a chance to lie. I'm not going to say, hey, is that what you do to me? Kind of like what you did, Kelly. I'm just going to say, hey, by the way, if you're not in the mood to talk, you can just tell me. You don't have to pretend you don't have cell service. That's how I'm going to present it.
I mean, literally, we're all working off the same cell phone towers, right?
Yeah.
Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile. Like, we all know we all have good cell service at this point.
At this point, yeah, bad cell service is kind of hard to come by unless you're out in the sticks, for sure. There are spots.
Right.
And there are certain homes or apartment buildings you go to that have worse cell service than other places. But for the most part, we've got cell service.
Yeah.
Heather says, nah, I'd just dump his ass. Virginia says I would have confronted him right then and there.
Then,
yeah,
exactly.
right.
800-821-9970 or 99700. Melissa wants to know, is it a deal breaker? Do you confront this person? Do you or maybe you wait until the next dropped call and you're like, okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Did you just play it off for that time being, or are you just nipping in the bud right there?
Hey, here's a good test, too. After you actually are honest and confront, you do it to him. And how he responds to your dropped call is really what's going on his end.
Oh, interesting. Blitz Therapy brought to you by Tri-State Men's Health. Got an email from Melissa. She's been with her boyfriend for about 8 months and noticed that boyfriend had really bad cell service. Every time they talked, the phone would cut out, couldn't get back in touch. He said, yeah, I just got really bad cell service at my apartment. I'm sorry, it happens. But then while they were out and about, he was on the phone with his boss, and he just hung up on his boss and put his phone in airplane mode, and then shot a text saying, sorry, really bad cell phone service. I lost cell phone signal. And then Melissa put 2 and 2 together and was like, wait a minute. I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
So
you're 8 months into dating and this is happening? Like he's already dodging your phone calls?
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
That's exactly what Terry said. If he's already doing shady stuff, he'll continue to do so.
Yeah, Daniel said the same. Definite deal breaker for me. Don't pursue a relationship with somebody who's going to start out consistently being dishonest or dodging you.
4466 says, as a guy, I'm telling you to bust out your woman card and light them up. Know your worth. Okay.
Yeah. Terry said if he's already doing shady stuff, he's going to continue to do shady stuff.
That sounded better when Goose read it.
I don't know.
Oh, damn. Did you? Oh. Damn it.
I don't know if there is a recovery from this because 8 months in is obviously not a long time at all. And if you've noticed this happening, he's been doing this for a while. So he's been doing this for a couple months to you. Then you already know this is probably the beginning or just the level 1 of his deceivingness.
Now, Doug wants to know, how often does she call? Like, is she calling way too much? And he doesn't have the nerve to tell her to quit calling so much.
That's possible.
Okay, but what's too much?
Yeah, I mean multiple times a day while
8
he's
months
working.
in, how much you talking?
Yeah.
I mean, I know, obviously, Nora and I still text constantly throughout the day.
Yeah.
Even when we were living together, when I was still in Detroit, we were still constantly texting. Now, again, texting is different than phone calls because if you're on the phone, it's like, what are you talking about? Because when we're texting each other, a lot of times we're having full conversations through TikTok videos that we're sending each other, or we'll play the hieroglyphics game where we'll just send nothing but like emojis. Yeah. Figure out what the person's saying.
Okay.
But yeah, phone calls. If you're calling too much, and he's trying to be a nice guy without being mean and saying stop calling so much, so that's his way of getting out of the phone call. Maybe.
So she discovered this because he did it to his boss. That's how she figured this out. And Goose texted in and said, cheater, dump him to the curb. And we do agree that call was not really his boss, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That's a
well,
thought.
yeah, but if it was another female on the other line and he's talking business stuff and then hanging
Maybe
up, how
code.
is she gonna?
Nah.
That would be a lot. Let's see. Amanda says as soon as the call drops, I would send a text saying, "Take your phone out of airplane mode, you d-bag." So when he does, he will know you know what's going on. Okay. Yep.
This one said, you didn't say this one. As a guy, I'm telling you to bust out that woman card. Did you read that?
Vic, do you pay attention to the show at all? Are you here? Or
all right, look, we all do it. We all do it.
Twice in the same break? Basically, most people agree that this guy is doing some shady stuff.
Yes.
And Melissa, you should not be with him. And I think you should take that advice. We all agree. Blitz Therapy brought to you by Tri-State Men's Health.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Former Channel 4 meteorologist Jim Ganal has died. His family says he passed away February 3rd of natural causes, but they waited until after a private funeral before making the announcement. Ganal was on the air for decades in Columbus doing weather forecasts for Channel 4, Channel 6, and 28. He retired last March. Jim Ganal was 76 years old. Well, if you love your canned tuna, and who doesn't, beware.
Big pause there. I actually am a fan. Yep.
I am too.
As long as it's got to be canned tuna in water.
Canned tuna in water, and it has to be albacore, like pure white.
Right.
Like, I don't need any mushy brown tuna. Fishy. Yeah. But there is a recall. Here in Ohio, it affects Trader Joe branded canned tuna with an easy open pull tab lid. The supplier says there's a can defect that could potentially cause botulism contamination. Check the FDA.gov website for the specific Best Buy dates and UPC numbers. The company's even saying if you open your can of tuna and it doesn't look or smell bad, still don't eat it. All right, so
that's advice for a lot of things. Actually,
I agree.
although, botulism. I've been looking to lose a little weight.
Well, you would definitely lose some weight with botulism.
Yeah,
you don't need to lose weight. What are you talking about?
Although, from what you said earlier about the freaknik that happens between Trader Joe's employees, I don't know if I want any tuna from Trader Joe's whatsoever.
Nice fair handing it out left and right over there, from what I hear.
Speaking of which, did you see the side note? The what's the word I'm looking for? The trending, popular Matthew McConaughey tuna recipe.
No.
Oh, he was on, I think it was Two Bears, One Cave with Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura.
Okay.
And they said something about tuna fish. He puts like 90 things in his tuna fish. He was talking about agave, sliced apple, peas, celery. Like, celery to me is the only thing that belongs in tuna. And that's it. I was mind blown by his recipe and all the red onion, all the things he put in his tuna salad.
Sounds like he's having a big salad with some tuna.
With some tuna, right. Yeah. That made no sense to me.
I'd try it. I do like a tuna salad. I don't like sweet things, though, in like things that involve fish or meat. So I don't like the sliced apples or the raisins or whatever people are throwing in there like that. Nothing sweet.
Okay.
But everything else I'd try.
I mix it with a little mayonnaise, and it goes inside a pita with lettuce and cheese. Phenomenal.
You know what I like to do? Make a couple cans of tuna, get plain Lay's potato chips.
Yum.
Eat it like it's a dip.
Sure. Yes.
Absolutely. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
That's good. I
haven't had tuna needle. Oh my gosh.
What?
Tuna noodle casserole. We were talking about it some weeks ago on the air. I used to love it as a kid. Haven't had it as a kid. I made some probably a week ago. It was not good.
Hot tuna does not sound good.
It wasn't good.
I have no desire for hot tuna in my
My
mouth.
young self, I don't know what she was doing, but oh my gosh. A California teenager behind hundreds of swatting calls and bomb threats has been sentenced to 4 years in federal prison. According to court records, 18-year-old Alan Fillion made more than 375 such calls across the United States, threatening religious institutions, high schools, historically black colleges, and even the Pentagon between the summer of 2022 and his arrest in January of last year. Prosecutors say he was 16 years old when he made most of those calls. In November, he pleaded guilty to 4 counts of interstate threats to injure another, including a threat to carry out a mass shooting at a Florida mosque, quote, in the name of Satan. So he will be 16. You commit a crime at 16, you're going to prison for 4 years. Like hard time, my man, my young little boy. You have, This is going to be a rough lesson, I think, in the next 4 years for this kid. Those are your 3 things.
All right, look, I know we've got some winter weather rolling in. We've got some rain and mixed clouds and some sleet coming in. It's going to be later today, some more tomorrow as well, so be prepared for that. However, it is coming. The warm-up is coming. And if you've got something big planned for your home this spring, well, the Central Ohio Home and Garden Show, February 15th through the 23rd at the Ohio Expo Center, has got you covered. All of the indoor gardens, you can check everything out, all the things happening. You can plan your next big project all in one place. And we've got your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets every single day this week. Very simple. We're going to play a clip of a song. Has to deal with flowers, plants, things of that nature. You identify the song, shoot us to text in 99700. The first person to correctly identify the song is going to win that 4-pack of tickets for the Central Ohio Home and Garden Show. Thick, what is today's song clip?
Show me your bright light in your city lights, all right.
All right, there it is. Quick and simple. Identify that song, text the answer to 99700. And you are going to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Central Ohio Home and Garden Show starting this Saturday and running through the 23rd. Good luck, 99.7 The Blitz.
Show me your bright light in your city lights,
all right, we've got this 4-pack of tickets for the Central Ohio Home and Garden Show kicking off Saturday, running through the 23rd at the Ohio Expo Center. Played you a clip of a song dealing with flowers, plants, and the etceteras. If you can identify it, you have got those 4 tickets. Here's the clip.
Show me your bright light in your city lights, all right. I'm talking about the Yankee Rose. Bright light.
Yankee Rose, of course. Thick, who's our winner?
That is Brian Rundillo from Commercial Point. David Lee Roth.
Congratulations. Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, we will have another clip for you to win those 4-pack of tickets to the Central Ohio Home and Garden Show. Again, the 15th to the 23rd at the Ohio Expo Center. Go check it out. Should be a really good time if you're into the gardening and the things. So.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
All right, let's learn you some stuff on a Wednesday morning.
Can I learn you something real quick?
Yeah.
All right, so Sean and Jamie Bias from Washington Courthouse, a.k.a. the MF and Biases. They've been listening for years. You will meet them eventually. They go to every concert.
Okay.
They come to all our stuff, and they also give a ton at our annual Christmas in July toy drive. But Sean texted in and said it's Jamie's birthday today and wanted to wish her a happy
birthday.
So, yes, happy birthday.
They both work at the courthouse?
No, they live in, it's called Washington Courthouse.
Oh, gotcha.
The town they live in.
Okay. Washington Courthouse, got it.
So,
I thought they actually worked there together. All right, well, happy birthday, Jamie. Yeah, let's learn you some stuff on a Wednesday morning. Did you know that George Washington's dentures were partially made from hippo tusks?
Oh, no, I thought they were made from wood.
I think that's the popular rumor.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, partially made
tusks.
hippo tusks. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
It's probably pretty strong. Yeah.
Absolutely. I did know this. I saw an interview one time. Who's the Jimmy Fallon or David Letterman of England?
I know. Yeah.
I always see his clips on like YouTube. Graham Norton. What's his name?
Oh, okay.
Graham Norton.
Okay.
Big talk show host over there. I saw an interview with Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks' brother Jim does the voice of Woody from Toy Story in everything except the movies. So all the toys, all the video games, all the TV specials, all the dolls that Woody talks in, that's Tom Hanks' brother doing the voice.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of a cool job.
Yeah.
I know you're getting paid.
Oh, big.
For sure. And you get the kind of the runoff work from what your brother did. Why not? Franklin Pierce was the first person to be elected president who wasn't nominated by his party for a second term. They went with James Buchanan instead in 1856, and he actually won the election. Man, that's got to be... We don't want you anymore. We're going with this guy.
Right. Your own party.
Yeah. Mr. T. Grew up watching Mr. T.
Pity the fool.
Very famous for all of his gold chains. Remember Mr. T cereal?
Yep.
I miss Mr. T cereal. Had the Mr. T cartoon on Saturday morning cartoons. His original set of gold chains actually came from people who lost them or left them after fights when he worked as a nightclub bouncer. He just collected all the gold chains, and that became his thing. So good on him. I mean,
I pity the fool.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make a collection, why not? And finally, I can't believe this is true, and this was true all the way up until 2001. That seems like such a long time for this to be in the workplace, especially at Disney World. The employees of Disney World who dressed up as characters and walked around the parks and stuff.
Yeah.
They couldn't wear their own underwear underneath the costumes.
What?
They had to wear shared underwear.
No. Come on.
How is that even possible? And here's the truth. After enough pubic lice cases, Disney changed the policy and said, okay, you can wear your own underwear now.
How long ago?
Up until 2001.
What?
That doesn't even make any sense. I'm not taking the job.
Who is? I can't believe anybody did that. How could you wear somebody else's underwear?
And even, I don't care if they're washed or not.
I know.
I'm trying to remember.
They're sterilized.
I'm trying to remember a time, as a teenager or a college student where, I don't think I've ever borrowed boxers before.
No, I've never worn anybody else's underwear in my entire life.
I'm freeballing. I'm not wearing someone else's boxers.
No, I will go commando.
How was that even allowed? Public health. How was that allowed that they could have shared underwear?
That's weird, man. That's so weird.
And I don't care how bad I want to dress up as Mickey. I'm not doing it. Gosh, that itches.
I mean, you're Walt Disney. You couldn't give them each their own.
Right.
Really, you have more money than God.
Even if here's a fresh pack, and even if they're Disney-specific underwear.
Yeah.
And you get a fresh pack when you start.
Yeah.
It's like when you get your name tag or your work shirt. They give you a pack of underwear. It's your job to keep them clean, but you have to wear these underwear underneath the costume.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the rack of undos and grabbing them off.
You're trying to save that little bit of money? All the money you pull in? What you charge for tickets?
Not happening. There you go. Learning you some stuff on a Wednesday morning. 99.7 The Blitz.